Hi everyone, it's Tania, and today I wanted to talk about my anxiety symptoms. In my last video, I talked a little bit about what um, what sym- what kind of symptoms I had, and I just wanted to go in further and talk about my symptoms. Um, Difficulty breathing can have many possible causes, which is why when this first started, shortness of breath was really scary for me. I was really worried, and shortness of breath is one of my main symptoms. I still have it, um, and anxiety can cause this, which I did not know. And many feelings can contribute to the sensation of shortness of breath. And I wrote down a few um, of how I felt um, during this process and what it felt like for me and the different sensations that can lead or can feel like you are short of breath. So one of them in the beginning, it felt like a knot in my stomach. And when I went to the hospital at first, I went to the emergency room feeling like something was wrong with me. And this was after my first anxiety attack. I went there and I told them that I felt like I had a knot in my stomach, which was the feeling. And they prescribed me, they thought it was gastritis, and they prescribed me some antibiotics. But I later found out that it wasn't that. It was it felt like a knot in my stomach, but it was one of the sensations I had was shortness of breath. It also feels like um, you have to try to breathe harder. Like the effort to breathe is very difficult. So I felt like I couldn't take a full breath of air. It just feels like it's um, short breaths. It also feels like tightness in my chest, my stomach. So feeling tight and feeling like something heavy is laying on you, and so I can't breathe properly, and um, so it feels like again it's short of breath. Also, and I've heard this before that it's feels like air hunger. So the breathing again feels small, and you feel like sometimes I remember having to yawn just because that felt better for me because I felt like I that was my chance of getting a deep breath just by yawning, and I noticed myself trying to yawn often just to try to get that full breath in. Um, So I also, and the shortness of breath started a year and a half ago, a year and a few months. And I still, and it's shortness of breath 24/7. It's just not, it doesn't come and go. It's shortness of breath 24/7. As soon as I wake up in the morning until I go to bed at night, I have short breaths. And I did download this app that my therapist recommended to me, and it's called Deep Breathe Deep. So I'll put it in below after this video, but it really helps me. I try to do it about 10 minutes a day, um, and it just kind of just trains my body to breathe normally, um, and it, the shortness of breath, like I said, is there 24/7. But when I feel like stressed or anxious, it's even heavier. And even in the mornings, especially, it's kind of more difficult to breathe. Um, so that's one of my main symptoms is the shortness of breath and um, dizziness. I feel woozy, like it's dizzy and lightheadedness. And that's also scary because you feel like you're going to pass out, but you don't. I've had this for a year and a couple months, and I have not passed out. So I am no longer scared of that sensation. It was very frightening at first, but I'm no longer scared. But it's just kind of a horrible way of living. So I've also had really bad headaches, bathroom issues. Um, I feel like sometimes I have an extra heartbeat, or my heart is racing, or or it feels like an extra heartbeat, or a beat that's stronger than your other beats. So, yeah. What else have I had? I think the just the worst one is the shortness of breath. I feel like I haven't been normal for I haven't had normal breath for I don't even know how it feels like to breathe properly. So it sucks. It really sucks. And also anxiety, it it causes many of these odd symptoms and other symptoms that I haven't experienced, um, but it's common, and anxiety is badly neglected as an explanation for many problems. Um, and being cleared by the doctor is something I needed in order to begin treating anxiety. Um, Now I'm just doing my deep breathing, and doing other types of things to help with anxiety. And I think learning better anxiety management is something we can all do to fight anxiety. But it's a roller coaster, and there's so many ups and downs. Um, but like I said in my last video, it's getting there. I'm getting better. And I thank you all for listening. And if you suffer from it, know that there is hope.